If you're new to the podcast, we lay these teams to rest. We try to do it as appropriately as possible, right? Respectfully.
Yeah.
So we do the music. Kristen plays the music, and then we get kind of a little somber.
Got to respect the dead.
So here we go. Here lie the Carolina Panthers. David Tepper kept it businesslike. With a tie, he stepped up to the mic. He confirmed what we knew, that he has no clue how to win or say the name Frank Reich. He confirmed it all. He confirmed it all for us right there.
Well done.
With one press conference. So we lay them to rest, the Carolina Panthers. Here lie the New England Patriots. Wow, this is a shock already.
Right?
So many things to make a New Englander ill. That one quarter with Zappy, the lone thrill. It was forever a fear, and next year it's here. A Patriot season with one fewer bill.
Oh, man, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Right? That's
we basically could be getting to that here.
And we end with the Jets, whose 13-year playoff drought, the longest in the 4 American sports. We like to say that if Matt Casey is listening. Will continue. 70% of the homies, including you and me,
I know,
had the Jets making the playoffs. We thought it was going to be a different team.
Damn. Yeah, we did. But damn, you had 3 out of the 5 teams here. You had them go to the playoffs. It's week 15, and they're dead.
Bad. All right, here you go. Here lie the New York Jets. The quarterbacks gave so little after Aaron's calf did a wiggle. The Jets spent their draft picks and millions of gold bricks just so he could give McAfee a few giggles. That is true. That's basically all we got.
Good one. That was your best one right there.
Is Pat got to laugh this year. That's all the Jets got none of that.
That's all that mattered.
The team's not playing with a full deck. Most of the season was a wreck. The team wasn't able, and it wasn't just Vrabel. Watching them gave us all a crick in our neck. Not just Mike.
The old crick of the A.J. Brown crick in the neck.
The old crick in the neck.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cardinals are first here. This is a good way to end the pod, too, because it's kind of like running high and you hear that music.
Yeah,
like,
it calms us down a little bit. Gets us into death mode.
Here lie the Arizona Cardinals. The end of the year, they played like booty. Time to trade Kyler, even if he is a beauty. Oh no, what the heck? The team forgot to check. Does Caleb play Call of Duty? Do we know? Do we know?
Well done.
Maybe don't move on.
Well done.
Don't move on too quickly.
You little tricky bastard, you.
The Washington Commanders. All right. It's a season that needed a genie. The good moments incredibly teeny. The team had no heart. It was bad from the start when Bieniemy turned out to be a big meanie. It's just too mean. He was a big meanie. They didn't know.
No, damn, he's too harsh.
Hired this guy.
He mother F's us all the time. How dare he?
Well, your favorite team in football is done. Giants are out.
Better be careful here.
70% of the homies out there had them missing the playoffs, even though they were a playoff team last year.
I think I had them missing too.
No one believed
it.
Be
careful here. I know some people that can dig some holes around here. Okay, you better watch out.
You had them making the playoffs.
Oh, did I? Damn it.
Along
I
with Pete, your fandom. You picked with your heart, not your head.
I had them making the playoffs?
You did.
Wow.
You had my Lions missing it and the Giants making it.
Gosh, damn, I can't even believe that. I'm like shocked that I did that.
The New York Giants. Their season was under assault, rather quickly put to a halt. Brian Daboll said, quote, I don't want to gloat, but honestly, none of it was my fault. You know, because Brian Daboll, that's what I think it says. Daniel Jones, it's Tyrod Taylor. Maybe that one hit a little close to home.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing that. I think he heard
You're right.
that. Right?
I think that is a good point.
I think he heard enough people in football and the media go, you got to stop showing up people on your sideline.
Here lie the Los Angeles Chargers. What team are we talking about? Let's just say the season.
They're so bad that we can't even. It's like when they just come up, dysfunction goes into the brain.
Let's just say the season was not great. It was a lot for their fans to tolerate. Brandon Staley taken by the man above. He died doing what he loved, going for it on 4th down and 8. You know, that's what he did. You know, he died doing what he loved.
You butchered that one just like he did in a clutch situation in a football game.
Las Vegas Raiders, 98% of all of us had them missing the playoffs, so we were, except for 2% of us, were exactly right. Their quarterback looked like a movie star, but too many of his throws were just bizarre. This year was so bad, it made Raider fans wish they had one more year with Derek Carr. That's how bad it was. They're like, God.
Well done.
I was like, we wanted to go back to that guy?
Damn.
All right. The Broncos, 95% of all of us had them missing the playoffs, and they did exactly that. Their fans proudly wear their team-colored jacket, even though they're not in the postseason bracket. Peyton thinks he's like Andy or Bill, but maybe a better comparison still is maybe a slightly better Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, maybe
whoa.
1 or 2 games.
Shots fired. How dare you?
They're better.
How dare you?
Cincinnati Bengals, 93% of us had them making the playoffs, including you, me, and Pete.
Yep.
35% had them making the AFC Championship game. 13% had them winning it all.
Wow.
4th most in the NFL. So
right.
we were all wrong on the Cincinnati Bengals, but we did not know that Joe Burrow was going to be injured.
Kind of a big deal.
All right, so here we go. Final one. A season that left their fans frowning. A champion they will not be crowning. The backup QB at times peaked, but under pressure he freaked, and his pants ended up showing some browning.
Whoa. That's about as dirty as you've ever gotten in one of these.
Literally, figuratively, as dirty.
I'm impressed there.
Bears, here we go. This one pains me, you know.
I'm sure.
Their season was certainly not a bore. They gave their fans a whole lot more. They aren't afraid of a collision, and next year in the division, they could definitely finish top 4. They really could. I think they have a good chance next year.
How dare he talk about you like this, Bear? I'm going to become a Bears fan just to go against you.
I kind of became a Bears fan.
I might adopt the Bears to be my second favorite team in football next year, just to make the Lions-Bears thing a thing here.
The Vikings, 46% of the homies had them making the playoffs. That did not happen. So the Minnesota Vikings. It was a season that just didn't work. And now the naysayers can finally smirk. That's not Florio, who's a fan. The biggest show is now he may stand a quarterback by the name of Kirk. He's a fan of Kirk.
Yeah, he is.
That's the biggest shock. So Vikings, you're in the ground.
Sorry, Vikings.
Falcons, 7-10, you're in the ground. 38% of the homies had them making the playoffs. 30% had them winning the division, including you and Pete.
Yep.
That was wrong. If you didn't hear the chatter, you're deaf about the head coach, the team's lead chef. The last touchdown by Jameis, making Arthur even more famous by asking Dennis Allen, what the F?
Well done. Well done. Chef and what the F? Way to go.
That's how it happened. That's how he went out.
The lead chef. I like how you make that happen there.
I had to figure out a way to get there. The New Orleans Saints. The season is finally done. There were some moments of fun. We had a hard time on this pod trying to figure out this squad. For our sake, thank God they are done. Get them on. We just
You're right. It was hard to figure them out. When I picked them to win, they'd lose. When I picked them to lose, they'd win.
So they're out.
Yeah, they were all over the place.
The Seahawks really wanted to soar. They wanted to run up the final score. Their biggest win was against Philly, which now looks kind of silly. Can't believe they didn't beat them by more. Really more of a slam on the Eagles.
Right. I mean, poor Eagles. Yeah. Eagles were like the line of like how good are we like the whole year. Now it's like gosh, but it doesn't mean anything now.
No. Colts, you're going into the ground. I don't want this analysis to be lazy, but the year's end makes the start a bit hazy. The season made fans sweat and almost caused me to forget that they're run by a man who is crazy. Like, I almost totally forgot that. I was like, wait a second. That's how the season started. Remember that? That was it.
I do remember.
The Colts, what are the Colts? They're crazy. Here lie the Jacksonville Jaguars. The preseason predictions were not correct. If you bet on them, you cannot collect. 9-8 last year was great. 9-8 this year, we hate. At least next year, we know what to expect. You know, just like now, it's just all about managing expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Right? 9-8 was great last year, and this year was awful.
Yeah, one of the shockers of the year, definitely. The Jaguars falling apart the way they did. I did not see that happening. Too talented of a team to fall apart like that. They definitely got to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out.
The Rams, just 28 homies correctly predicted them to reach the playoffs. 28 out of over 1,000.
Impressive.
Congratulations
there. Way to go,
there.
28 homies.
Don't know where you guys are from. L.A., St. Louis, wherever you're from. Congratulations there. Here we go. Here lie the Los Angeles Rams. From bad to good, this year had range. And now they have draft picks to exchange. Finally, they can shout and not miss out on guys like the legendary Cole Strange. UT Chattanooga. We'll able to get that guy
Cole
now.
Strange, look at that.
Here lie the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a team that will never give in, each season like an identical twin. Let me share with you, please, life's 3 guarantees: death, taxes, and Tom Lynn. Pete gave us that one earlier in the year.
Tom Lynn gets in.
Gets in.
Right.
Yeah. He always gets in.
Yep.
Here lie the Cleveland Browns. A team with an elite defense, we agree. They ran around and played carefree. The only thing they lack was a backup quarterback who was born post 1940. That's the one thing they. That's the one thing they lacked.
That's a good one.
It's like 42, I think, is when he was born.
Is he born 42?
Yeah, 1942. Yeah, World War II veteran. Yeah, respect him. Here lie the Miami Dolphins. They had a few too many injured men, but soon they'll be playoff bound again. By this time next year, their fans will surely cheer, and Tyreek will have 7 more children. It's possible that
You're
that does
funny.
happen.
Damn.
It's possible.
Damn.
I mean,
that's the first time I feel like I've heard you go into that category.
Dallas Cowboys. Oh, no. God, can you believe this? 25% of you had them reaching the NFC Championship game. 30 homies had them winning it all, including...
Oh, damn. So you're burying
right
part
here.
of yourself here.
All right, here we go. This holiday season, the Cowboys got Cole. A disastrous end, shaking their soul. Jerry, not at the final dance, but next year he'll have his chance to finally get that glory hole. He can finally maybe do it one of these days. His words, not mine. He says it. I don't say it.
Well, we say glory hole on PFT all the time.
Yeah.
And people text Florio an email because he gives them all their stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you realize you're saying glory hole?
Yeah.
And he has about once a week remind everybody, this is a joke of the show.
Yes.
Jerry Jones said he wanted more glory hole in a press conference. Go look it up,
everybody. It's a term in the oiling industry.
That's
when you
news
think about
to me.
Yeah, it's an actual. It's an actual
Check it out.
term.
It's actually hilarious.
It's an actual term. It's an actual thing that happens. Finally, the Eagles. 75% of you had them making the NFC Championship game, including both you and Pete. 32% had them winning the Super Bowl, or making the Super Bowl, and 16% winning it all. It's crazy. They're done. They should have probably been done a week earlier.
I had them losing to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
Finally, here lie the Philadelphia Eagles. The success for the team was quite fleeting down the stretch, often taking a beating. This team is weird, you all fear, confirmed in March when you hear that A.J. Brown called yet another team meeting. It's like, no one's even here right now. We don't have anyone here. Yeah, that'll fix it, Pete says. Here lie the Houston Texans. From the start, the team was on a quest to prove they were their division's best. Their quarterback can ball. He excels at it all, except the S2 cognition test. It's the one thing. It's the one thing he can't do. Here lie the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At times, things were bleak, even though they were in it every week. Todd Bowles does look tired, but he won't be fired because he's a certified freak. Bowles in this house. There's Todd Bowles in this house. There's Todd Bowles in the certified freak 7 days a week. Todd Bowles still around. Here lie the Green Bay Packers. In the end, their fans were quite grouchy, sinking in their seats. They got a bit slouchy. But the best news of all is the guy who throws the ball has no opinion on Anthony Fauci. Really doesn't care either way. It's just like, that's the best news.
On fire.
Right?
On fire.
Here is the Buffalo Bills. Once again, the franchise is feeling the heft, the lack of success. They're bereft. But don't worry, they'll be back. And next time, cut them some slack by at least missing one of these wide to the left. It's like, well, can't they just miss one to the left?
Seriously, why is it so obsessed to the right?
Why does it always have to be to the right?
I hear you. And what did you say, bereft?
Bereft. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
B-E-R-E-F-T, I believe.
And what does that mean?
It's like a lack of.
Lack
like
of.
Bereft. Like
right.
None of it.
Yeah, okay.
Playoff success.
I learned one. That was a new one for me. I didn't know that one. I've heard it used before, but I don't think I ever knew the meaning of it.
Here we go, the Baltimore Ravens. It's a team that had a good run until the playoffs, again, were outdone. But don't dare be so whack as to call Lamar a running back. Just next time, please use him like one. Use him like a running back next time.
A little bit. Run the damn ball.
A little bit more than you did
in
the NFC Championship game.
Gosh.
Here lie the Detroit Lions. So late. I mean, we're doing this in February. This is crazy.
Is that part of the poem?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But did not think they would take this long to die.
Get to the damn poem. Shut up.
Sorry. Our head coach is built like a brick. He speaks loudly and carries a big stick. If you admit you play soccer, Dan will shove you in a locker because in this country, we never kick. We don't do it. USA, USA, USA.
He's so biased. He left his best work for the Lions.
Here lie the San Francisco 49ers. For most of the year, they were winning the war until Sunday when they crashed to the floor. Thankfully, that biggest narrative is done. Yes, Kyle finally can win the big one, which he did by beating my Lions the game before. It was just, which one is the big one? Just move the goalpost, which is funny. He did say that with John Lynch. He goes, we've won a lot of big ones. You got to win big games to get to the Super Bowl, which I agree with.
Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the offseason, but it's never the offseason on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. You know, we got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.